Let's talk about the verb tener, present tense conjugations, other phrases, and then tener que plus infinitive. First of all, to conjugate the verb tener, it's irregular. For yo, it's a yo-go verb. You take instead of saying teno, yo tengo, it's tengo, you put a G there. So yo tengo una manzana, I have an apple. Remember, yo is optional. When I say tengo, you know I'm talking about me. Tengo una manzana. The to form is also irregular. This E right here changes to IE. It's a stem changing verb. Notice the ending, ES, is what you would expect for tu, for an ER verb. So tú tienes muchos amigos. You have a lot of friends. The ella usted form is also irregular. That same thing, stem changing E to IE. So Billy tiene un examen hoy. Billy has a test today. The we form does not stem change. Notice it's tenemos. So the emos goes on just like a normal verb that looks regular. It is a regular conjugation for that particular form, the first person plural. So mamá y yo tenemos el primer vuelo. Mom and I have the first flight. The vosotros used in Spain, tenéis. Papá y tú tenés el segundo. Dad and you have the second. I won't spend a lot of time on that because we don't use that very much here in the United States. Ellos, ellas, ustedes tienen. Las chicas tienen una pregunta. Notice it's a stem changing verb again. Tienen una pregunta. The girls have a question. There are other verbs that have tener as the root as well. Some of them are obtener, to obtain, detener, to detain, retener, to retain, contener, to contain, mantener, to maintain, abstener, to abstain, sostener, to sustain. Notice they all have tain at the end. They are cognates. They sound just like the English word that they are similar to, and they are conjugated just like tener, except with the prefix added onto it. So detengo would be I detain. Retienen would be they retain. Sostenemos mean we sustain. So those are some other verbs that you may see as well. Other uses of tener, these are idiomatic expressions. Some of them, there are many more, but some examples are tener razón. That means literally to have reason, but we would say to be right. For example, tienes razón, ella es bonita. You are right, she is pretty. Also, tener suerte. Suerte means luck. We don't say I have luck. We usually say I am lucky. So tenemos suerte hoy would mean we are lucky today. Tener años is the way that they say how old they are. So tengo 13 años literally means I have 13 years. But in English, we wouldn't say I have 13. We would say I am 13 years old. But in Spanish, they use tener for that. Tener cuidado means to take care or to be careful. Cuidar means to care. So él tiene cuidado cuando nada. Nadar means to swim, so nada means he swims. He is careful when he swims. Tener frío or calor means to be hot or cold. Yo tengo frío en el invierno. I am cold in the winter. Tener ganas de means to feel like. We're using infinitives with this. The ... is an infinitive. Tienen ganas de estudiar would mean they feel like studying. Notice we say studying. We could also say they feel like to study. That just doesn't sound quite as good. Obviously, we say studying, which is a gerund participle. I'm not even sure what it is, to be honest. But tienen ganas de estudiar is how they say it. They just use the infinitive. Tienen ganas de estudiar. Notice there's a more exhaustive list of other idiomatic expressions that use tener at the website studyspanish.com. Finally, let's talk about tener que plus infinitives. To say what someone has to do, that is the infinitive, include the word que before it. So when they say tienes que estudiar, literally that means you have, that doesn't have a translation, to study. You have to study. That's what that would mean. You have to study. They put the que in there because it sounds better to them. Yo tengo que practicar deportes would mean I have to practice sports. Mis hermanos tienen que escuchar más. My brothers or siblings have to listen more. Tenemos que llegar temprano. We have to arrive early. En la tienda tiene que cerrar a las 8. The store has to close at 8. Let's practice with tener. Let's conjugate first or translate first from Spanish to English. Try this on your own. ¿Cuántos años tienes? What would that mean? How old are you? Yo tengo 3 hermanos. I have 3 brothers or 3 siblings. Lola tiene que mirar la tele. Lola has to watch the TV. Again, notice the infinitive there. To watch, mirar. Tener cuidado es importante para niños. Notice that I didn't conjugate tener. So to have or to be careful is important for kids. Maria y yo tenemos calor en la escuela. Maria and I are hot at school. Ustedes tienen que comer ahora. You all have to eat now. Now let's go from English to Spanish. Translate this into Spanish. I am 20 years old. Tengo 20 años, or yo tengo 20 años. She has a problem with him. Ella tiene un problema con él. They have to decide. Tienen que decidir. The office has 2 windows. La oficina tiene 2 ventanas. You have to clean it. This is a little trickier because there's a direct object pronoun there. Tienes que limpiarlo. Notice that you can attach the direct object pronoun, lo or la in this case, directly to the infinitive. And we feel like reading a book. Tenemos ganas de leer un libro. Hopefully this helped. Go and check out more practice online.